So here we have a rough-turned spalted maple bowl, and it's left about an inch thick to dry. It's this one could be turned at any stage. There's the stub for holding on the in the chuck, and this variation between the harder wood and the softer wood will be quite pretty. And that's spalting. It's caused by minerals in the wood in combination with moisture, designing it like that. So that'll be quite a pretty bowl, and it will look very much like its brother or sister here that is from the same tree. I'm Ken Broadland. We have Heartwood Studio. We're located in Duncan, in rural Duncan. I started wood turning in perhaps the last 6 or 8 years of being a conservation officer, mainly as a stress reliever. It started as a hobby, but then we started going to craft fairs. They were quite successful, and it's encouraging when people like what you do. And I've always tried to keep it fairly simple. I try and do a functional piece that incorporates the beauty of the wood. I know that wood has got a lot of beauty inside it, and all I'm trying to do is show that beauty through a functional piece that people can use. So my salad bowls and spoons are very popular, especially as wedding gifts. The key is to try and get people aware that you're here. And some of that is from being in some of the retail outlets. People see your product in those stores, and they might connect through our website, which our son Dean and his wife Holly have created for us. And word of mouth and customers referring to other customers, that's brought people in as well. So it's become quite popular, and at our studio we usually have between 3 and 10 visits a month, and then we have special tours with the various groups we're involved with, and that brings people in. So there's tremendous potential for online marketing for us. The only thing being, I'm not sure that I would buy a bowl without actually holding the bowl. But the one thing we've learned after 20 years of selling is that people are very different in their needs and their expectations, and you can't always predict how they're going to feel about various things. People's definition of what a perfect salad bowl is varies so greatly that we don't generalize about that anymore, because people have shown us that their needs are quite varied. So this is a bird's eye yellow cedar burl, and it has a hole in it. And again, making salad bowls, I usually try and provide bowls that don't have holes in them, but sometimes a hole in the bowl becomes the focal point of the bowl. I either buy a tree outright, or I'll trade for bowls from the tree. I know that people have trouble envisioning how the bowl actually comes from the tree, and some people tell me that they believe that the bowl just lies in here. This is the outside of the bowl, and you simply hollow out the middle of it. So what we've created here is the actual tree. This is the tree growing up, and this shows how a regular edged bowl and a live edge bowl actually come from the tree. So the live edge bowl incorporates the outside of the tree. This is a live edge with the bark included, bird's eye maple bowl with some spalting on the inside. People see different faces and shapes and meaning within the bowl, and that's part of, it's one of the reasons why a bowl like that will sell relatively quickly. I watch the Craigslist and buy, trade, and sell, and of course a lot of people know that I do wood turning, and they have a tree that they've taken down in their backyard for usually safety reasons, or wind and snow do a lot of damage to trees, and trees come down, and because people know that I do wood turning, they contact me. So that's the source of a lot of wood. I suppose a person could make a go at it if he was very dedicated. And but it is tough, and I tell them to start small, to not spend a lot for a lathe. Make sure that you enjoy it before you start investing. But if you did start to invest, good lathes can be several $1,000s. A bandsaw is also very important. A power saw or two is very important. Drill press, so it is fairly expensive, but I know that some people do make a living from it. So this is the very first bowl that I made. I think this is what I try and tell people that are interested in turning, to start small, something that if it comes off the lathe, and it will, you will get frequent flyers when you're starting, and it's important to work with smaller pieces that can't hurt you if they do come off. Pricing is an issue. It's very subjective, and my wife Jan and I do the pricing together. So in terms of pricing, this is a curly maple spalted. It's got spalting and curl in it, and it has a little bit of a bark inclusion. So there's a bark inclusion that's been glued. We ended up with a price of $125 for that, but it could have been $15 or $20 higher if it weren't for the small defects. So this is a pair of bird's eye maple spoons that would go with a salad bowl. Sometimes people buy them separately, but usually they're bought along with the salad bowl. All the spoon pairs are $30 at the studio. It's a bit of a loss leader because you don't make a lot of money making spoons, but it's nice to have them to go with the bowls, which is primarily the reason I sell them. The stirs sell for $7. These little scoops, I think, the small scoops are $12. And this Arbutus cooking spoon, they're $16. I know that over the years we've been accused of not having our prices high enough by other people selling bowls, etc. But we'd like to move our stock, and so pricing is an important issue, and it's not easy to do. I would guess that if you totaled up all the different processes, it would probably amount to 3 or 4 hours per bowl. And even a small bowl takes almost as long as the large bowl. It's just that the surface area is a little different and you get through it quicker, but you still have to go through the same processes. So I usually don't do small bowls unless the wood's really pretty.